Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. Welcome along. Hope you're all doing well. Happy weekend, happy Sunday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Good to have you all here joining us. We are on Calmsden today, back on the multiplayer server. Nothing to do on the Finalizing and Beinhof server. It's the middle of winter, so it was a bit quiet. So we might go back there next week. We'll just wait and see what happens. But this is us. This is us today. I'm going to go and find out what to do now. There is, I do know, there's a few people already on the server. Let's just have a look who's hiding in here. Hanson, Bender, and Tate as well. And there's a couple of key things to do. First thing is, you can see the guys over here, look like they're getting this field mulched and cultivated, probably ready to start seeding it. And then this one here, we've actually got a contract going on, and I've also just taken on contracts here in 31 and 34 as well. I figured with a few people on we could get 2 combines up and moving in that, so we've actually borrowed the equipment. You'll see there's combine or 2 combines sitting down there ready to be used for that. I think we borrowed the equipment for that one. Yeah, I have used the borrowed equipment for that. Someone jumped on and did that overnight, which is nice to come in and see that change. That's what I love about multiplayer servers. You come into them and things have happened. Like when I logged in last night, that field hadn't been touched, and then we get in here and it's that far harvested. So it's very cool. But anyhow, let's jump over into this here and see what we've got going on. Right, Slurry. Well, we haven't done any of this for a while, so we'll follow around behind the boys. Just wait and see. Actually, they probably need to get around the field a couple of times to get that all worth doing. But once it's all good to go, then we can make a start. Just because this is quite a bit wider than any of the other equipment. So in fact, while we wait for that, let's go and run the combine for a touch. Unless someone else has already jumped into that. Let's have a look. No, there we go. Right, we're into this. This little bit of the contract finished off. Shouldn't take too long with the size of the header that we've got running on this. So, get into it. Welcome along, everyone. Good morning. Nice to have you here. G'day, Jayhawk. Welcome, Klaus. Good morning, mate. Welcome. Hello, Mrs. Prof. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're having a good weekend. Chinook, good morning, mate. Welcome along, Mojo Jojo. Good to have you here. G'day, Outlaw Speedy. How are you? Welcome along. Morning, Bender. Bosun, good evening from Denmark. Hello to you. Good morning, mate. Craigson, good morning, my friend. Stuart, hello as well. Chad. Gosh. Everyone's in here. Tam, evening mate, good to see you. Foghorn, Lughorn, welcome. Is this a public server? Absolutely, Outlaw. So all our community servers are public. You type in !Discord, it'll give you a link to our Discord server, which is where you can get all the server details and download the mods and come in and lend a hand. So we've got a challenge on the server to basically own the map, which is actually proving to be quite not tough, but it's definitely taking longer than I expected, just with the land prices in rural UK, a lot higher than other areas. But we'll get there. We have a look. She will turn around. I wonder if I can. What way the guidance steering is on this. I wonder if that's. Looks like it's the right way. It's just. Okay. Yeah, pretty close. That'll pick that up. There would have been a little bit of overlap for the header size. Just a single headland being taken off. Unusual. Anyhow. Right. In fact, if we don't complete this contract and leave it here as active, we could potentially use this combine in their field as well and have 3 combines running. That could be fun. Nice to see, just thinking, all 3 fields are different crops too, so we're not going to get stung or burnt by having the wrong crop going in the wrong place. It's good. Nice to see as well that they've changed the way the contracts work and that the crop delivery will prioritise the most completed contract, which is good. Hey Hanson, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you, mate. I did just take a couple of minutes before the start of the stream and catch up on Formula 1 qualifying. like a interesting couple of results there. Have to dive a little bit deeper into it. It's funny, after the last couple of weeks being able to watch pretty much every session, kind of feel a little bit out of touch because everything's happening overnight for us. It's all based on highlights. Here we go, 94% done on this contract, so it's not going to take us very long to finish it off at all. It's good. But I was going to have a look. So, in terms of fields owned, you can see there what we own. In fact, we go to the farmland one. So, still a long way away from owning every single field. And we're getting into some more pricey ones here to buy. So, yeah, I don't know, maybe 6 next, 900,000. Start picking off some of the low-hanging small ones. The bonus of keeping the bigger ones till last is you can pick up contracts off them and make some money off doing that. Farmer Shadow, hello, good morning and welcome. G'day Tate. Nice to have you here and nice to have you in helping as always. Alright, there we go. You've been fine-tuning your course plan auto drive. Your auger wagons have been lagging behind and missing the unload calls from the harvester. Any problems with that in the past by chance? Not that I can think of off the top of my head in terms of it. It seems to be biggest issue that I seem to have with it is when the combine's further away, it's a little bit tough, and when you are if you bump your call, so when the combine calls the unloaded right down, and then when you've got one grain cart servicing multiple combines, it can be that way. I know some people set it up where they have, like, if they've got 5 combines, they'll run 5 grain carts. Which, I don't know if that's the right way to do it or not, but yeah, big fields can be an issue. Try putting a auto drive course, like just a single lap around the edge of the field, so that the unloaders can get in there, and then you can change with where the unloaders enter next to the field. I think you can set it to nearest waypoint, nearest course point, and that way it will just actually attach to the outside rather than trying to find get back to the course to get out of the field. There's some crop in those weeds. It's hiding in there somewhere, Dr. Fish. It's a contract field. We won't judge the farmer for his farming practices. I'm sure there's a reason he didn't get the weeds taken care of. Alright, there we go. Get that opened up and get Bender unloaded. Filled up. We'll do the unloading. Smash through it. Not much to do. I'm using 2 combines, 2 wagons and 4 trucks. Yeah, I wouldn't think you, if you, yeah, 2 combines and 2 wagons, if you're using a wagon for each combine, then the only thing I can really think of is just the size of the fields. I'm tuning in live from Wales, Stuart. Nice. Welcome along. How's things in Wales? Yeah, it's contract done, so we're into bonus territory now. Everything Bender's got in the back of that can go sit in storage, go dump into our own silos. Tried the wagons through course plan auto drive. Yeah, that'll be my guess, is it's just the size of the fields are making it tricky. Seeing this is all our crop, I'll get these little bits on the edge. And then I reckon if we... Oh, I'm keen to go spread some slurry, so... Because I think once we get some slurry put into that field, the only task left is planting, which is only a one-person task, so... And leave that to someone else and go and tackle these other contracts, but I reckon we nail them with 3 combines. Use our own combine plus the 2 leased ones, or borrowed ones. We're done in no time. A lot of GPS issues on those big fields, I can imagine. I actually had, and you'll see it in the episode coming out next day or two, Missouri River Bottom, got into our massive forage harvesting, and I had real issues with the John Deere forage harvester not working very well at all. The New Holland one and the Class worked really well with course play and auto drive, but yeah, the other one, John Deere, it was like it was getting full. It couldn't, it kept on stopping all the time, and then the auto drive course for the unloader would have to back up and reconfigure, and it was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. All right. Just got back from the skate park, Farmer Shadow. Nice one. I hope it was a good times, good fun. Been alright, Tam. Been alright. A little bit easier. Bender. There we go. Now, is this one of the headers with a trailer in it? Oh, I'm not actually trying to fold that. I'm trying to unfold the header. Oh, it's not. Okay. Does that mean we've got a header trailer somewhere on the edge of the field? However did this header get here? This one out. Be a heater trailer somewhere. Oh, is it over there? Here it is. Found it. You're running the combines. Ah, yeah, speed 9 miles per hour. That might be an issue too. Could be an issue. I've had issues where if they they get called and then they don't quite go, that they get called out as well. So it could conceivably be the problem. Now, can we get through here with the header, or are we better off taking the header off and then going? This could be a little bit. I don't know how this was brought through here in the first place, but what we're going to do, I'm going to drop that on the ground, literally, because we didn't lower it first. I'm going to back in here. Grab that. Alright, maneuver this into the right spot. Fair enough. Just about. There we go. Happy days. Paint's getting the wheat in on Moss Valley. Nice. I saw Moss Valley released last week. Good to see a few maps coming out. Mods starting to pick up. It is the 13th of April and we're still no closer to having my bog bunkers tested, which was submitted on the 17th of February. So we're almost, I almost want it to get to the end of this week now and be 2 months. Just because. I'm gonna snap into position. Here we go. I thought it wasn't for a second. Right, now I'm going to figure out where's the best field to take this to with this header on. So we've got contract 31 and 34. Now I'm almost inclined to go. I know this is going to be a tough turn out of there, and then that turn will be alright, but then to get into that field could be a bit tight. I think maybe we do go this way. Is that a double gate there? Let's go and find out. Let's go and find out. And do I prefer the kiwi bird or the kiwi fruit? I don't like kiwi fruit, so I'm going to have to say the kiwi bird, Pete. But I haven't tried the kiwi bird. It's rather frowned upon to eat it. So I'll just go for it for its aesthetics and iconic status. Your friend and you have a massive farm. You're on the production, he's on the farming side. Help each other out. Nice one. That's what we've got going on a little bit with the Schweizing-Bahnhof map. So, handful of farms on there. I think we're up to 10 total farms or something like that. And people can get in there and either choose to help each other out. So there's a bit of trading going on with commodities. Just clip the hedge a little bit, but that's got us out there. Should have those flashes on. Let's see, is that going to cut the corner and clip the tree? No, we're past. Alright. Let's see if we can make our way down here. And then we'll go spread some slurry for a bit. Well, this is quite a tight turn. It's not quite as gentle as I thought it was going to be. Right, I'm re-evaluating my life choices right now and thinking we might actually go up here and go to field 34. I think it's going to be easier to turn through that corner there. Hey Yoss, how you doing, buddy? Long time no chat. And even longer time no see. Alright. Just come down to watch this. Failed at the first hurdle. Okay. Get the combine right over hard to the right here. Once we're through there, almost go straighter on a little bit. Alright, this is just going to be a brute power struggle now because I don't think I'm going to make it. We're stuck on too many things. Here we go. Pull hard enough, it'll come through. You know, someone who's been waiting since the first week of December for this map to be tested. Are you serious? I thought they were prioritising maps, and I know of plenty of maps which have been submitted and tested in a much shorter time frame than that, so that seems incredibly surprising if that's the case. Right, is this our contract field here? Have a look, it is 34. I don't think we're going to fit that header through that gap, but we can bring it down to there. Get that all hooked up, because we could conceivably leave this here for Bender to carry on with. He wishes. Thank goodness for that, Yoss. I was worried you might have seen me in the meantime. There we go. Into it. Happy days, right. I'm going to turn that off. And we are going to go and spread some slurry. Let's go and have a look. Back over here. Let's jump into this one. Alright, what have these guys done? I think it looks like they're working from the other side of the field, so we might have to go over there. Indeed they are. Get this unfolded. If we set ourselves up on a couple of headland passes with our steering assist, we should be all good. Yeah, I feel that's a little bit big on the combine side. I think the smaller class combine we've got in the farm would be about appropriate. Okay. Alright, steering assist. We're on 2 headlands. Okay. I am actually going to start on... the headland pass. Oh, no, I'm not. Look. There we go. Right, lower that down, and that is doing its thing. A healthy 10 miles per hour. So what I'm going to do is we'll come back and do the headlands last, but we'll just do each end rather than have our steering on. Rather than doing full laps of the field. Should work out alright. Welcome along everyone, hope you're all well, hope you're having a good weekend. Thanks for tuning in this morning. If you haven't already dropped the thumbs up, please do, be much appreciated. It requires a mobile workshop with you all the time. I do when I'm bumping into things. BGA to the south. This one down here. Tight. ZBGA. Pinter's just standing there watching. He's in a combine now. He'll be flat out. Go. First pass done, we'll use 50%, so we can get up and back in one load. Alright. Last we spoke here, still waiting. Fair enough, Tim. Fosco, how you doing? Hello. You did, but you not mention the name of the club. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. That is absolutely the best thing on those built-in header trailers. Don't have to worry about where you park it. It's also why it's also a good reason to look at using the using a words here Argsy, using a tractor to pull your header trailer, because then you can pull the header trailer out of the way once you've unloaded it. Very good reason. Right. Can I get to the BG? I can get to it through those fields. Just thinking now. Okay, that's that done. Let's just double check here. Spend enough time on this map. Yeah, that's the easy way to do, right? Up through here. 100%. Right. Mobile bag of rice to try the tractor out. Thank you, Dr. Fish. I need to have a I need to have like an overlay that says days since last water crash on it. Kind of like the days without any incidents in the workshop, right? Those wet tyres from driving through the water splash. The creek crossing. Very lovely. Hello, Cher. Good evening to you. Welcome along. Hey, everyone. How you doing? The Master's on in the background. Nice. Honestly, haven't been keeping up with what's been going on in the Masters thus far. We're gonna lag our way up the hill here. And lag our way through the bushes. It's been 0 days since I lost my marker. Always factually correct, that's right. Right. Ooh, where do we fill up in here? Let's go and have a look. There must be a fill point on the side of these digestate tanks, is there? It's like a trigger. Which one do we take it from? Green one or grey one? Let's try this green one here. Oh, maybe the other one. Would make sense to be the other one, because the first one's the processor. Oh. Here we go. 228,000 litres of digestate up in here. Up in here. You know somebody runs some good multiplayer servers with a great community behind them. Tell me more. Tam, I'd love to learn from this guy. Always room for you here, Jayhawk. You know that. Don't need to say so. Elder, how you doing? Good morning. If you still played, that's where you'd be. Let's get you back in here, Tam. You've taken on my mantle of waste crashing into the river. Thank you, Cher. It's an honour to have passed that on to you. I just play on maps without rivers. I found that's the easiest way to avoid crashing into them. We took Stella for a ride in a tractor yesterday. Dad was seeding his grass seed into the maize paddocks yesterday, so we took the dog for a walk down and went for a ride along. She was quite happy just sitting on my lap in the buddy seat. Not phased at all. Make a farm dog out of her yet. Actually trots down the farm track like she owns the place. Past all the animals. I'm very comfortable. Alright, splash. Takes longer to go and fill this thing up than it does to apply a tank. Right, somewhere about here. There we go. Got it. Has anyone looked at the real shader mod? Do you need decent hardware? Is that reshade? Versus, I haven't heard of a real shader mod. I know of reshade, which you can adjust things, but I haven't looked at anything else. You need to decide which server to get on, Jay. Fair enough, buddy. How is Stella? Stella's good. Share. Getting bigger. Growing all the time. You'd think hosting one down in the Southern Hemisphere is a good idea. 100% it is happening, Jay. We are going to set one up on Hox's map, Clearview Farms, when that releases. That'll be a Sydney hosted server. Once he finishes that off, I think that'll be a cool little map. Probably a similar story to what we've got going on here, which is a own the map type situation. That's probably going to be the best way to tackle that one. So I've got to admit, while it takes a while to get from A to B and fill this up, we are covering some land and getting some fertilizer applied, so what's that? Probably a third? Too bad. I'm playing a game called Viva Pinata. What does that involve? Mashing your mouse button to break a pinata. Did her first tractor ride, Mrs. Prof. In the tractor. But yes, she's been in the car plenty of times. But she's been around the tractor, but first time in the tractor. I sat her on the ride-on lawnmower with me the other day. She was a little bit apprehensive about. It wasn't making any noise at the time. I think she recognised it as a noisy machine, so she's a bit nervous. Too much left in here, but do a little strip. All adds up, right? She's got the zoomies running past me at the moment. Have they made more improvements to the ground deformation on multiplayer servers? I know they said they've made some server performance improvements on servers, but it seemed more pronounced in that field so far. Not sure. Fair enough. Trying to redecorate, you got to prioritise things right. And fully appreciate that, Tam. Reload's one of the reasons you haven't been Slurry. It'd be great on a multiplayer server. if you had someone driving a tanker and just shuttling back and forth with Slurry, that's a good way to do it. Morning, John. How you doing? Good to see you. Not my own farm, Stuart. It's my family farm, which we live on and I look at, and that's about as far as it goes. But well, goodness, I couldn't even tell you. 400 acres, 500 acres maybe. It's partly a dairy farm, which milks 500-ish head. And the rest is bull beef and dairy support, so used for silage, maize silage and grass silage and things like that across the year, across summer. What kind of microphone do I use? It is the Blue Yeti. Don't know how to describe it. I think it's a condenser mic. No worries, Mrs. Froth. All good, all good. Alright, back for another round. Ah, that's unfortunate. Share. I hope you are recovering. Range Rover Sports should come with a warning on repair costs. Tell me about it. I had routine maintenance done on my Skoda the other day, and it was at almost 120,000 Ks. So, like, yep, this is a good time to do your cam belt. And that made me blink twice at the price of that. G'day, Michael. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome along. If you squint hard enough, it's blue, yours. Good to hear that, Stu. Good to hear that. Alright, Bender's 30% through that harvest already. Goodness. Crushing it. So Hanson's finished his mulching down here. It's hard squinting. Good to have you here, Michael. Are we getting No Man's Land for 25? I don't believe so, Michael. I don't even know if Alien Jim is doing anything for Farming Simulator 25. I haven't seen any posts or anything to say he is. But I do believe he has previously said that you won't see any of his maps more than twice in Farming Simulator. So we had No Man's Land in 19 and 22, so I think that is done and dusted. 2 headlands bender and you're that far through. 30% through. Crazy. Good yield. We're on our GPS course. Here we are. My voice has a lot of zizzling in it. Lower the treble at 8 kHz and 12 kHz. That will make it better. Okay. I will have a look, Klaus. Thank you for that tip. What? I know I've talked about this before. Does anyone else get that issue on multiplayer servers where it just stops following the guidance? It's like you get a lag spike or something. You're from a farming family, Stuart? Nice. That compaction I'm leaving, I know. Let's put the deep ripper through here. Hey, Kiwi Sim Farmer, good morning. Welcome along, mate. Good to see you. Playing it over in each version kind of brought back the nostalgia on the new game. It is like that sometimes, isn't it? All you hear is I have a lot of Zine. Zizzing. Zizzing. Zizzling. I don't think my my setup in here is the best in some regards in terms of it's lots of hard surfaces. I've got a hard wall right behind me. Concrete floors, high ceilings. It's a really terrible space and terrible shape space for acoustics. It's actually, it's a Logitech mic. I'll see if the Logitech software has something I can do. The cropped image in there from dry conditions, I'm assuming. It's ridiculous. Excessive. Someone's got a stick. She's going to come and say hello for a second. So let's have a look. What are we up to? Halfway through? It's at 3 loads. 1, 2, 3. So 2 more. 2 more to get across the field, and then we'll be onto the headlands. Next load, next load. Yeah, we got another 5 loads or something to go, I'd say. Becoming a path well travelled. Nah. You can plant from the centre. I suppose so. It's a bit hard to do it beforehand. I can do it so you can start planting on the other side. Ooh, don't do that because that's our crop. Oh. Make him big. You're not out of your tractor, crouch down, but when I get to the field, Hanson, it ain't happening. Cheers, Tim. You have a good one too, mate. Right. Here we go. Do this for Hanson. If we're going to have enough to do both ends. I didn't quite go far enough to only do a single headland. It just keeps turning off, no reason. So we get right back in there. Well, the fact I'm whacking the... There we go. Near enough's good enough for me. At least now that the marker down, I know how far to go down in the end of each row. In fact, if we go far enough past, 48%. Go up and do a little bit up there at least. Be enough to keep them going. Work with some New Zealand sharers, Stuart. That's because New Zealand sharers decide that they want to go and share the whole world. Number of people who say that, it's nuts. Alright, we'll use the corner here as change in direction. Would be a good spot as a reference point. Go. Scene might actually be a bit better with our distances. Almost far off. just a little bit in there, I think, is it? Actually, have a look at the map. Bring the map up and see. Oh no, we're all done. A little bit back there, I missed. That's right. No one will know the difference. Right. We go. Oops. I turned it on and then I lifted it up. There we go. What other games do I play? Shade Slayer. What else do we play? A little bit of a few first-person shooters. Bit of Apex Legends. Although I haven't played that for a little bit. And PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. What else? The WRC, getting into that a little bit. I like my sim races, but just don't have enough time to do them. Morning Ollie, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Besden Gaming is here, and it does remember how long you have been a supporter for. Thank you, my friend. 41 months, that's amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go, Tomar, joining in. Nice to have you, Tomar. Tomar's new to the servers. Only joined the Discord a couple of days ago and has been in and helping out, which is great. Stella's got something to say. Oh, 43 of you in here watching. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for joining. Chinook crashing in with 38 months, not far from 41 at all. Thanks, man. Oh, she's got the zoomies. We are on the new patch, Mrs. Prof. Yep. You kind of get forced to with multiplayer servers. Often the server provider will update games, which is a little bit frustrating sometimes. But you also find if you get a single player who updates their version, then they can't actually play the server until the server's updated. So always a little bit of a 12-24 hour downtime between game updates, server updates and patches, so like servers are a bit disrupted for 24-hour period, but not too bad. I haven't tried the auto load trailers, however Giants did roll out a patch on top of the patch. It was meant to fix the auto load functions. So yeah, I haven't tried either, but I do believe it had been fixed. Just finished cutting grass, now eating lunch before going out to sort your lumber from your sawmill. Nice one, nice one. Yeah, good, doing good. Thank you. This is the weekend, which is always nice. Long weekend next weekend, which is even better. Some football to go and coach this afternoon today. A couple of games for my youngest boy's team, where he's actually filling in and helping out another team today. Interesting to see how that goes. Alright. Opened up. Go row where we want to go, which must be about there. And we'll keep going. A few days. Not really Ollie. I think we'll head up to Topol over Anzac weekend, but other than that, just be at work, living the dream. I don't have Woodmiser lichen game, but a Woodlands. Oh, nice. So you're talking about a real life IRL grass mowing and lumber sorting. Right, caffeine done. Homestead never stops. Alright, I might just finish off this little bit of the headland. I know it'll mean we end up with only half a pass, but seeing we're down here, let's do this. Oh, not that. Not that. Looks like we're not far away from full swing planting season in the US. For anyone who watches some of the YouTubers over there, see Welkers have started, bringing their first seeding videos out. Millennial Farmer, Larson Farms, they can't be too far away. Hold the corn start, depending on who you watch. Maybe what I might do, now that we've done that little section, let's just run along the headland on this side. And then we might have a good sort of border done now that Tate's out of the way. We're not going to get in his way. And it means we've got a wide enough section. That was the main reason we didn't do headlands to start with, because this side hadn't been cultivated to a full width. So there we go. G'day Bo, how you doing buddy? See you. Full on into it with the garden as well. Nice. 3/4 of an acre, that's solid. I can appreciate the size of that. Our section is 2 acres, so when you're talking about a 3/4 of an acre and another acre to go, it's pretty much our whole section done as gardens. Very impressive. Don't bring it to a crime scene because it doesn't cover your tracks. I know, what sort of sidekick is it? Although with the stinky stuff it puts on, it probably stop any tracking dogs from finding your Yos. So your tracks might be obvious, but they're not going to sniff them out. I saw they bought that earcut case one that they've been demoing. Tried using the new auto-load trailers for pallets of wool and eggs and it doesn't work, had to go back to manual loading. Interesting, Chad. Interesting. Was that with universal auto-load or is that a auto-load modded trailer? I think the main reason for the patch was universal auto-load, but I'm not sure. Not 100% sure on that. So this is what we have, 228,000 litres, so this would leave us at 128, so. And there was already 20 in, so this will be 120,000 litres of digestate spread so far. Console 1 release taking one type at a time, right. Thing is, I don't think there's any issue with releasing it on a Friday, and they were pretty quick to patch the issue for PC players with the auto load. But it could entirely be because obviously the way the universal auto load got broken, that same bug could have affected any console versions. This console auto load actually works differently, as I understand it. Often it actually all it does is creates a visual fill reference on a trailer rather than actually loading the pallets, but I can't comment exactly on how the one that is in the mod hub works, but I mean, at least things like the terrain shaders, which the terrain XML file which broke, and only broke if map makers had pointed to a custom terrain XML in their map rather than using the default one. Because if your map pointed to the terrain XML file that was in your base game files, it wouldn't have broken. But at least with those who did have custom terrain XMLs, it seems like Giants went through and fixed a lot of the mod maps on Mod Hub. It's only third-party mod maps like Missouri River Bottoms, which had issues. So. In my mind, if it fixed an issue, then it's not a biggie. If someone has to spend a little bit of time fixing something, you can't not fix an issue because it's going to break a couple of mods. You got to make your base game work where you can. Right, so let's hook that up. Bears Den Gaming coming through their 10 gifted memberships on the way out the door. Thanks, buddy. It's appreciated. Good to have you here, mate. You take care as well. Always appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who got those? Big Papa Sims, Claudu, Cape Cod Driver, Daniel, Dan, Nick and Jess, Western Farms, Christopher, Jason and Piercy. Picking up gifted memberships courtesy of Bears Den. Thanks, mate. But weekends. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, because if they don't release an update, people will be like, why haven't you done an update yet? Because it was the weekend. Yeah, but I played on the weekend. What if it broke it? Anyhow. Could discuss the pros and cons and merits of things like that forever and still not reach a agreement on it. So that's Headlands kind of done. Shit was low, slow lowering. Oh well. Saturday and Sunday is only the weekends to some people. That's also true. The vast majority probably, but it is also true. Crikey, hence I thought we were going to stay here, hence that plant is speedy. Goodness. Got permanent snow on your acreage. Have you, Bo? I did hear about that. I thought there was a way, as a console command you could use to remove snow. I've worked in IT long enough to be packaged. This isn't. I understand what you're saying. To fish. Now, there must be, over on this other side, must be a couple of short passes, I imagine. We might do... Oh, what are we whacking? Ah, map edge. Map border. I thought I had enough space to swing, and I did, but it was the border of the map. I'll still have another 2 loads to do, I reckon. At least to get this done. It's piling up. And a non-snowy save. Yeah, that's surprising, Bo. I'm really quite surprised with that. G'day, Farmer Groot. How you doing? You decided to start again as it might make a good Let's Play video. What, the snow or starting again? I can see the title already. I packed up inside my farm because it was too snowy. Oh, as if there's not enough damage in that field already. All we need is me racing around a corner and taking out more. Yeah. Alright, I've started on the other harvest as well now. Field 31 is underway. You can see that up there in the corner. Oh, doing good, Farmer Group, thank you. Pleased to hear you're well. Snow and June. Global warming. Global warming. There's another title. Global warming sucks. Snow in June. Greta was right. So, another look. We actually need to get some more fertilizer on there too, possibly. Yeah, because we only get up and back in one go, so hopefully only 2 more trips. Let's see what's happening over on these fields with harvesting. Look at that. Smash that field out. And then we've started over on this one. Beautiful. What's going on? That field is right. Having a bigger header like that, header on that New Holland Combines really cranked through that field 34. Interesting, they must have a lot to deliver for the contract still, because it's almost done and they're at 77%. So hopefully there's a lot in the truck. Makes sense if it was New Zealand. Ah, it's global warming. Global warming is causing snow in summer. Summer snow in the UK. Pretty much these little lefts and rights add to your journey. Little zigzag through here. Multiply that by the dozen or so trips we end up taking. Adds quite a bit of time to your travels. Why did that not hit a guidance path there for me? What's going on? I'm trying to hit a headland path. About 5% of my slurry just trying to go in a straight line. Alright, there we go. Found it. I think we were just in that funny little situation where you had bits and pieces going in different directions. Oh, get out of here, Chinook, with your cynicism. Give you a science lesson. Oh, dog's in trouble. Okie dokie. Trying to figure out why that patch wasn't taking fertilizer, but there must be a hail damage. The only logical answer. So, what have we got left? We've got that little bit up in there. Almost getting this full pass done, so that's not quite a full pass up. I reckon one more load should just about do us. It's going to be tight as to whether it will or not. We provide 24-hour service of cynicism. That's how averages work, Yoss. Yep. Yeah, we'll get that done in one load, surely. Surely we will. I'm going to make it. I refuse to do a second load. This is it. We don't get it done in this one. Not a good job, 99% completed. Interesting watching, if you know, what's Larson's latest videos about the science they did behind putting on liquid fertilizer with their seeder, and they've done some tests and it didn't produce any significant yield bonus. Also interesting, Cult the Cornstar's latest video where he says planting soybeans planted on the 9th of April versus those planted on the 29th of April, the earlier planted ones had a 15 bushel 10 bushels per acre extra yield, higher yield, and how much that equated to over their acres. I know he's quite dramatic with his financial stuff. For the clicks, it's very clickbaity, but you get past that and actually understand some of the science behind it and the actual numbers. It's quite interesting. You identify as tall. I'm pleased you do, Bo. I'm pleased you do. That's actually a good... I'm intrigued now. I'm trying to figure out who'd actually be taller out of Bo and Chinook, because you're probably actually both very similar in height. This is Uggsy and I were measuring ourselves because we've been keeping track of the boys, and our oldest is starting to get taller. We actually we've always thought we were about the same height, but according to our latest measurements, I'm about an inch taller than her, 1.5 centimeters taller. It's fascinating to see the whys they do and don'ts of different bits and pieces, eh? The science and economics and numbers behind it don't lie. And while I'm sure there's a huge number of other factors in play, you have to try and average that out over a period. So at least with Larson's, for example, they had at least a 2-year sample with looking at whether there was a bonus to using liquid fertilizer, but whether the planting time, whether that was just off last year's data and does it take into account rainfall and weather and all those kind of things, who knows. Even varieties. Alright, let's see, can we get this done? Now, do you know the most efficient way I reckon to do this end is run once across the headland, and I can fill all of those, in one go, so if I pick that up. Instead of stopping and starting. I reckon this is going to be the way to do it. Except it didn't pick it up. Ah, now I'm just wasting. Now I'm just wasting slurry. My rationale failed. Now I've got this awkward little piece in here. Come on. Right, here we go. That's our path. It's because this is the headland one again, isn't it? Okay. So now I should have done it going downhill where I run at 10 miles per hour. Going uphill is going to punish me. Okay, that's that bit done. Yeah, turn that off. And what have we got left? A couple of, so just a single pass here. Might be. What turn it on for? Here we go, another contract complete. It's off the list. There's a little triangle there, which I don't think we would get done. But otherwise, we're going to see it finished. Easy. Turn that off. Could actually go and do that little triangle. Do these have variable width? No, they don't seem to. Okay. Oh, let's go do this triangle. I think it's just there. But there we could do too. Tidy ourselves up. Alright, is that us done? Let's have a look. Anything obvious? Soil competition. No. There we go. Happy days. Here to stay. Right. Yeah, they're folded up. Back down to the dairy farm. And we'll go over and see what's happening with these combines. Busy day though, and lots done. Straighten up through the gap. Here we go. Close one. This grass is actually ready to mow too if we wanted to do that. But I'm pretty sure we've got more than enough bales and silage and whatnot floating around. Straight load of chaff in the silage bunker. Don't even know how that's possible, but there we go. Right. Okay. Leave that parked there, and let's go and have a look, see what happens happening elsewhere. That bird just about flew straight through us. That's actually a good question. Is there more birds? Is that an update? I've noticed these flocks of birds like those, you know, those ones flying around. That's new, right? I've noticed them a few times. Is that something Giants have added in? Or is it something that's on the map that I just haven't paid attention to before? That's why we're running so efficiently over here. We've got 2 combines moving. Excellent. Right. So we can use our object store inspector, simple inspector down the bottom. This is one of those electric trucks. Right, so Tate. Oh, Tate's going to ride along with us. Nice. Oh, you're right, Bender, you keep going. The timer's only 27%, but we might as well go and get them unloaded while we're here. What's that for? Oh, where was it? Oh, good job. Thanks, Elliot. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Here we go. Hey, you say hello? You say hello? Hey. Don't bite my hand. Don't bite my hand. Oh, don't catch my cable either. You gonna say hello? Stella. Stella. Hello. Hello. Oh yes, thank you. Oh yes, thank you. Please don't bite. Please don't bite. She's getting too big and squirmy, and she's very energetic at this time of the morning. Right. Off you go. You go. Get out of the way now. Tate's out. Oh, Bender's going around a headland. Okay. I'm gonna come and unload him. What's he at? He's only 66% full. We'll just wait here for a second. Okay, Farm G, how you doing? Seen it on river bottom as well. But new thing, right? Pretty sure it's new. Is there any other fun old fancy contracts we could pick up? Yeah, $1,000 ploughing contract. We race through that with the plough we've got. Cultivating on 9. Bale wrapping 1. I don't like those bale wrapping ones. We've got a weeding on 15. We won't worry about those. We'll help out here for a bit longer. Where's Bender? Is he going to come back? Yes. Right, we'll go and wait for him over here. We can unload on the move. People will pick up on the flocks of birds and go, we didn't ask for extra birds, we didn't want more wildlife. I don't want to go and chase them. We go and catch up to them. You're one with the birds. Interesting. Those birds are on my screen only. Am I schizophrenic? No. No, but you know wildlife is always random. Look, there's more there too. Oh, we can have different angles. Sorry, Bender. Yeah, you're running at a different angle, aren't you? See what was happening there. Picked up your steering lines and it didn't want to go along the headland edge. Hey Daniel, how you doing? Good to see you. Catch you later, Tate. Thanks, my friend. Freehanding it. Like a boss. Yeah, these combines are going to munch through this field so quickly. Alright, 54%. Let's figure out where we're hauling this one to. This one is going to... It's a BG8, okay, that's fine. Oh, it's struggling to pull this trailer up the hill. Electric trucks, eh? The future or not? You decide. Alright, we'll sit there and wait for Toma to be back here. Alright. Wonder if we should actually just go and empty this. I'll follow these guys. 50% on Toma. And Bender's 13. And we'll wait. We'll wait and get Toma get back down here and then we'll go and do that. And then, if I just have a look at the value of those three contracts, I think it was about, tell us, 29, 25, so that's 55. And this one here is going to take us up to about $80,000. Will then take us to 675. So it starts becoming a question, what do we buy next? 17, 17's kind of a prime candidate, isn't it? I think 17 or 6 are probably our next purchases. Rather than go 9, 11. $33. $33's got an unfriendly crop in it. At least 9's been seeded now, or has it been harvested? 9's been harvested. Food for thought. That down there, that's grass, isn't it? 23. Why is there's not a mowing contract on that? Okay. Oh well. We'll give it some thought. Katy Perry Taxi Rise. She's going on New Shepherd on Monday, Mrs. Broth. I saw that they had one coming up. I didn't realise it was her. She was going on it. Certainly will get a lot of attention. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely there will be. Can't disagree with you on that, Craig. I see Scania have had one locally here, advertising an electric truck made for New Zealand conditions. All right. Good time for a bit of lag as we're trying to drive right next to a combine. It's out alright though. Just about going to get us full. In fact, I might just ride along here beside until we are full. What was the best thing? This must be a 60,000 litre tractor. Trailer. Urban battery, so a Beaver's battery electric vehicle, is it? Great for around town or short distances. More, okay. That's got to be where the, in the short term, where the, oh, 59,400, it's not even 60,000. In the short term, that's got to be where the future lies for electric, right? For trucks is short haul, around town driving. Get out of here, down in the corner. Not familiar driving trucks around this map. It's going to be interesting. See how it goes. Short nose makes it easier. I'm stuck on. I catch the tree on the trailer. Are you joking? No way, Jose. Now I can't get the truck back out of it. How did the truck get past and the trailer won't? Here we go. There we go. Brief pause there as it rolls into an autosave. Tight right hander coming up. Doesn't feel as daunting in as a truck and a trailer as it did with the combine and the heater behind. Shame I can't drive straight. Lots of fires on around here considering it's August. It's a bit cold. Cold nights. Struggling up the hill. I think I can. You can do a little truck. Now the big question is, one trailer load going to be enough to complete the contract, and is the rest going to be ours? Find out. We're going to tip in the right spot too when we get there. If I bring up our little map, it should flash for us. What are we playing at? About 130 millisecond ping. Too bad? Not too bad. Is that Stella? I wondered what it was. Does she need water? There we go. You can see the flashing icon on the map now. I think I've been to this area of the map quite as much as I have today. Right, straight in here over these triggers. 80% complete. Let's see how far this takes us. Tell you what, it's going to do it. 90 and we were 50. I reckon we're going to end up with a little bit of profit off this crop. Yeah. Just let that tip out, wasn't really matter. So everything that's left in the combines is ours. We'll get back and get that unloaded, put that in our silo, store that for a rainy day. Or when the prices are better. It comes first. Not bad though, 3 fields harvested and 1 field seeded. No, not small fields. Just under 2 hours you can get a lot of work done when you've got a lot of people on the server. It's great. And when you have some big combines with big headers too, that helps. Are we stuck? Oh, bother. It's one of those hedges that just has a little bit of a lip on it. we can do a pirouette on the truck. Go on. Go on. Here we go. Close your eyes. Nothing to see here. It's leased. It's not ours. It's our equipment. Never dream of doing that with it. Now I've gone too far. Ugh. Get it hooked up again. Come on, where's that pitch pin? It must be quite near the front, is it? We'll be getting a trigger at least for it. There we go. Nothing to see here. Oh, I think my kids have jumped on. PlayStation. Feed the chickens with the rest is the instruction from the boss. I think where the chickens are on the map. Ah, they're up in here in the middle of the houses, aren't they? Oh my goodness, yeah. Always on the internet. It's getting worse than it was. Plus every other sane person in New Zealand hasn't woken up at 7 o'clock and gone on the internet. Most of them are just getting up on a Sunday morning. Realism is key. You've got it, Bo. You've got it. Snow in June. Come at me with your realism. What's Bender doing here? It's loaned Bender. It's not even our combine. I'll just leave it and reset it. Right, where's the other one? Ah, the top end of the field too. Oh, it's all in one. So you must have overloaded between combines. Other is empty. Here we go. I just figured that out. I was just looking down the bottom. So, where are we going? We are going to... Chickens are there. Back down and in and around. Okay. I feel like just returning that combine, so just completing the contract. I can't. If I complete the contract, we'll lose the truck. 15,000 litres of barley extra. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Now that I know that. I was going to say, now that I know that that tree's a problem, I'll be more careful getting out of here, but I can't even get past the gate. Right, here we go. We're out and about. I would normally drive in first person going through these roads, but I'm nervous about changing that and having my FPS tank like it has been. I'll just keep on persevering here without being able to see too well. Okie dokie, in here, on the left. Oh, here you go, actually take the narrowest gate possible in the truck. With ease. With ease. Alright, where am I finding these chickens? Here they are. Where is their feed trigger? My next challenge. I have to back in there. Let's do this. Into our settings. And it's not colorblind mode, that one there. Side. We're still in flight mode. I don't know why we were feeling about 10 feet tall. Our chickens. Oh goodness. Backing is a struggle. Everything's becoming a struggle. That mud in there, we're just going to get stuck. The truck's stuck. Terrible time to sink, Chinook. Come on. Find a trigger. Please find a trigger. Look away. Where's the feed trigger? Am I in the wrong spot completely? Why is it not giving me a trigger for this? Am I in the right place? Flat chickens. It's the feed trigger, isn't it? I just dumped, is it not actually? Oh, there it is. Dump barley. All of that for a few hundred litres. Now I gotta figure out how to get out of here. Extract myself from this mess. Thanks, Hanson. Terrible idea, by the way. I blame you. You suggested it. Oof. Alright. Thomas got the gate. Thank you. Can't have any of those chickens that I just squashed running away. Nice t-shirt, dude. It's a Nagsy Gaming top. It's good. Okay. Oh, that was a good way to finish things, wasn't it? Making a mess in the chicken enclosure. Even better watching me trying to back this in here. Man, I was so impressed with how auto drive back trailers into this shed. So good. Right. Ah, I thought I'd nailed it. Nailed it straight into the shed. There we go. All done. All done. Right. Like more birds. And they're random. That's only got 4 in that one. We have 6. We had 5. See if they've changed deer or any of the other wildlife. Well, there we go. I think that is going to be a perfect spot to wrap things up for today's stream. I'm just going to have a quick look, see, is there anyone we can go and follow up with a live? I can't see anyone on my subscribers list. Doesn't look like it. Well, there we go. We're just going to have to finish things off there. Productive though, that's before we go. Here we will go and complete these. So click that one. Click that one. Click that one. No truck anymore. Go on, I did plough the chicken. And oops. Looking here. Yeah, productive. 34 harvested, 31 harvested, 17 finished, and 12 planted again in corn. And it's all fertilized and ready to go. It doesn't need anything else done to it. Need rolling? Ah, it does need rolling. Stupid rolling corn. Doesn't make sense, but that's what we're asked to do. $673,000. So make some decisions around how we invest that, whether we invest in another field. That's probably the biggest one we could actually buy, 31. But it's now been harvested, so maybe not worth it. Maybe we do hold out and get 6. Keep working our way through. I don't know. Maybe 23, so it stops being a grass field. It's the only downside to these two. $1 million. What's our biggest 6 field do we need to buy? 1.5 for that one. 4. Yeah. Still some big bits of land out there to purchase. But there we go. That's us all done. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. It's been a blast. Thank you to BSD Gaming for the 10 gifted memberships. Very much appreciated. Thanks for coming to be a pest right at the end, Chinook. Always appreciate you, my friend. Hanson Tate, Bender, and Tomar for coming on and helping today. That was great. We'll be live again on Wednesday night, so keep an eye out for that. Not sure where, what, or how we're doing, but we will be live and have some more videos during the week. So keep an eye out for those ones too. But you guys have a safe, enjoyable rest of your weekend, and we'll catch you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.